Hello and welcome to Tara Cherie. It's really great to be here with you this afternoon, and here is our special featured video. I promised some of our Facebook friends that we would actually put something up. There were some moms that were wanting some tips, tools, and strategies how to eliminate time in the kitchen to spend more time with your kids and allocate your time the way that you saw fit. And so I'm here to tell you that and share with you how I took my cooking time down from 4.5 hours to 6 hours down to 2 to 2.5 hours, and just a few tweaks and tips. Thought I had my time management down in this area. Apparently there was still time to be shed, so I'm really glad that I rose to the challenge, and here I am able to share that with you this week. So it's going to be awesome to be here with you. So just a few tips, strategies. I didn't want to take up too much of your day, but just a few things to share with you that can help you make those appropriate changes and adjustments as need be. First of all, I want to preface this by, take it to prayer. You know what your time looks like. And those of you that are not, praying, just meditate. Take a look at what you would like to do. What are the pros and cons to that? What can you do to change your time and maybe turn some things around? That might require you to take a look at your schedule, that kind of thing. Secondly, you want to make sure that you're getting sufficient amount of sleep. Nobody is efficient, not even in the kitchen, without the appropriate rest. So make sure you're getting at least that 8 hours of sleep a night. I'm sure you hear that a lot, but it's the truth, and you will feel a lot better, and you will be much more efficient, and you'll be helping your body so that you're refreshed, renewed on the day that you do cook, or the days that you do cook, or whatever that looks like for you personally. Next, make sure that you are on track with your eating, that you learn how to fuel your body. A great supplement or vitamin will also help with that. Not something that's over-the-counter, store-bought. Really make sure you do your research. Get on a really good vitamin. I used to not take my vitamins the way that I should. Didn't really think that I needed it too much. Now that I'm on them, if I miss a day, big difference. So definitely take a look at that. That might be worth your time as well. And so those things combined and culminated can create quite a difference for you and how productive you are in that kitchen. The other thing that I really want to emphasize to you, get your children to help, especially if you have 1, 2, 3, multitudes, a whole tribe full. Some of us have lots of kids. Just make sure that you're really assigning some duties to them, or get your whole family involved. In fact, include that spouse if you've got one. Hey, they can be doing stuff too to eliminate your time. And if you're a single parent, you know what? If you have kids, great time to start teaching them responsibility. Never too late, always enough time, can't start too early, right? We even have our daughter, actually, just to give you an example, my daughter will actually help me pull ingredients that I need, or she will help give me supplies as long as it's not knives or anything like that. I definitely do. I'm the one to actually get those out if I need to use them. I do not let her near those. Totally off limits. But if it's something that she can grab, out of the refrigerator for me, or, if it's something that, is quick that she can grab that she has on the floor because she likes to play kitchen as well, of course I let her do that. If I'm watching her, I might let her stir, I might guide her hand, that kind of thing. And if there's a dirty dish, I have her, of course, take that and place that in the sink. She's absolutely old enough to do that now, and we have equipped her. We give her positive reinforcement, and she completely does it for us. So we tell her, good job, or I'm so proud of you, or for her, I bet you can. And that usually a dare will work with her. Not hard to encourage her, but whatever motivates your kid, get them involved. Your kids want to spend time with you, and they can do that in the kitchen, especially when they're little. They love to cook, and sometimes when they're older, they really like it too. And I know a really great tip that we also used this week was I had my husband grill. He is grill master. I don't even touch that grill. That is totally his thing. That's his area to feel that he's contributing. He really loves it and enjoys it. He loves serving us in that way. I let him have at it. One less thing that I need to get done in the kitchen, right? So anything to delegate responsibilities, you get the idea. I'm not, suggesting certain things. If you think your kid is too young to be doing certain tasks, certainly, hey, I'm not here to tell you, what to do in terms of that. I'm only here to share with you what I've done personally. And I know for myself, there are definitely things that she does not touch because she's too young. But whatever she can help with, putting a dish in the sink or, getting something for me that's within her reach that I've okayed and given her permission to do so. And with strict supervision, do I allow her to help me at all. But she definitely enjoys it. And if it's one last task, like I said, that I have to do, of course, the better. Who doesn't want to reduce that time? Who wants more free time, right? So that's the whole point of this topic today. And so basically what I did, here was kind of my menu for last week, just so you can kind of get an idea and gauge. I actually made fajitas. I made the lighter side of chili. And I made barbecue chicken that turned more into a pulled pork option. Had a couple different vegetables available, broccoli, green beans, and then a really gigantic salad. And then the vegetables for the fajitas, of course, is kind of how we did that. And that was sufficient enough, because if you look at that, I needed the onions, I needed the tomatoes. Well, that can go in the salad, that can go in the fajitas, that can also go with the chili. I needed beans, which strictly mainly goes in the chili. You can get a whole seasoned chicken way cheaper than even packaged chicken. So whenever in doubt, get a full-size chicken. Whatever you don't use, you can always put some of that in the freezer, use it for a different day. I didn't even buy broth. I actually used the juices from the chicken when it was done. Used that as my broth for the chili. Worked out great. So maybe while I'm having the chicken cook, for example, I have the broccoli on the stove and I'm cutting vegetables up for the chili. I'm cutting them up for the fajitas. I'm putting them, on and sauteing them on the stove. And I just monitor my time. I really prioritize and take a look at, okay, what's going to be quickest for me? Do I need to start here? Do I need to start here? Do I need to start here? And I just allow myself to be guided through the process. I don't try to overthink it or overcomplicate it. And actually doing it that way freed up a whole bunch of my time. I didn't, need to spend a whole lot of time chopping things. I have a lot of different chopping tools. I've used Pampered Chef for a while. I've, all kinds of different tools that I've accumulated over the years. So wherever I can cut time and corners, I use those as well. Now, a lot of that stuff you have to hand wash. Totally worth it though. It didn't even take me much cleanup time. Maybe 15 minutes. It really wasn't that long of a period of time. Didn't use a whole lot of stuff. I'm trying to use what I could. Didn't want a whole lot of cleanup either. So maybe while things were cooking, once I got to the point that I had the chili cooking, that's when I did the dishes. Really simple, really fast. Again, all of this done, 2.5 hours. Very easy. All plan approved. Our family is on a special eating plan. It's a biblical plan. It's called Trim Healthy Mama. You can go back and find it. It's really easy. Go online, type in www.trimhealthymama.com, and it will actually pull up for you. You can purchase the ebook. It's really reasonably priced. In fact, I would have paid more for it because it's just that valuable. It's how we pull out a bulk of our recipes. You can also go onto Facebook. They've got a group. It's called Trim Healthy Mama. And you do have to ask to be added, but once you're added to the main group, they are very supportive and encouraging. They're with you every step of the way. So if you have a question, you want to learn how to properly eat, feel your body, feel better, help with your health, help reduce some health concerns that maybe you have, that's a great place to start. Really, really great resource. Totally recommend it. Wouldn't be sharing it if I didn't. The other thing would be, before you actually get ingredients, would be to actually check your pantry. You want to make sure that you're not buying a whole bunch of ingredients that maybe you already had, or with some tweaks you could get a little bit creative with. There's the internet. Gosh, what a great resource. You can look up actually on a whole bunch of different websites out there, or you can even go onto Pinterest. They have like a whole lot of different types of things you can type in to get the desired result that you're looking for. And I don't know, maybe it'll inspire some creativity on your part. You can get even more creative with what dishes and things that you make. I know that you can take whatever ingredients that you have, Google it, come up with different recipes. Sometimes that's what I do if I really feel like I want something different, I need to get creative, and then I just check it with Trim Healthy Mama on Facebook. See if it works, see if it's okay, and if not, maybe we don't do it, but that's just us personally, whatever your eating and your diet and your regimen looks like. But that's a great way to reduce costs and to free up time in the long run, because you already know, you don't have to think about what you're cooking. You already have your recipes ready to go ahead of time. I suggest maybe writing them down so that we don't have a lot of different options. For example, as you heard, we had 2 different meat options. We had turkey sausage and we had chicken. That's it. We didn't buy a whole lot of meat. those 2 items. So we got a couple packages of sausages because they came in 4s, and then we got a whole chicken. That was it. That was our meat spending for the week. Breakfast options, a little bit more flexible because we knew what we were going to have ahead of time. So for us, like, breakfast options would be a piece of fruit. For me, that's usually an apple, maybe some steel cut oats one morning. We definitely had a whole bunch of eggs, so it wasn't hard. We can obviously take the leftover vegetables that we have and take a bunch of egg whites and do scrambled eggs with the vegetables in them. Very nutritious, great way to get protein, doesn't take a lot of time. Another thing that we try to really be cautious of with time, it's not just eliminating the time factor, but it's not putting too much meat inside of our diet, because our body isn't meant to process it all. In fact, it just sits there and becomes toxic. Our body doesn't have time to break it down, and so it can really store, it can cause inflammation, it can really mess with hormones, your whole state of being. I mean, your whole body just becomes affected by it. So you know what, you want to increase your vegetable intake, particularly dark leafy green vegetables. If you don't like that, something that we typically do here in our household that's really helped cut down time is juicing. Now, I don't recommend it all the time. Depending on your health conditions, you might want to check with your doctor if that's a good viable option. We really don't have that many health concerns in our household. We're actually pretty healthy. So for us, it's a really great opportunity and a great way to do that. But again, we're also on great supplements and vitamins, and so any deficiencies that we could possibly have are made up for by just eating right, getting sleep, taking vitamins, those kinds of things, exercise, all that fun stuff, which is another something I recommend to increase energy levels. Heart rate will give you naturally more energy. And so those are all ways that you can reduce time in the kitchen that are going to allow you to include your family, have fun with it, it's a great way to spend quality time together. And that way it doesn't feel so much like a chore. It can be something entirely fun. And before you know it, because it's something fun, it's naturally motivating you. You're naturally productive. You want to get it done. You want to accomplish the end result. And then you have much more free time. I delegate one day out of my week. That used to be about half a day, a little over maybe, and now it's just 2.5 hours. That gives me an entire day to do whatever. And I choose Saturdays just because my work week gets a little crazy, and spending time with my family and other commitments and obligations. So this is the fastest way that I know to do it. It's all done in one swoop. You have meals for an entire week. That way you're only going to the store no more than once a week. By the way, we do not go to the store more than once a week. If we do not have that ingredient, we are totally improvising it. We are totally finding something in our pantry that is going to be substituted at work, or we don't make it, or we come up with something different if we absolutely have to and we mismanaged an ingredient. It really doesn't happen because we make a list, we look at recipes, and then we move forward with our plan, because nothing will be made clear until you choose for that path to be made clear. So you have to make the decision that you're going to commit whatever it is that's on your mind into writing it down. So make that list, come up with the items that you need, write down your meals. That way you can make sure that you have everything. And this doesn't take very long, maybe an hour to do in your afternoon one day. Come up with what you need. It's all said and done. All you have to do is get the ingredients. Doesn't need a day, doesn't need a couple of hours, and go. It's really that simple. If you have any additional questions, comments, you want to learn more information, if there's something I've specifically said that's moved you, that I've given you some questions on, would love to cover that with you. There's a couple ways you can definitely get plugged in. You can visit my blog to stay tuned. It's easy. It's www.taracherie.org. You can find us very easily that way. It's spelled TARACHERIE.org. Or you can look us up at Tara Cherie on Facebook. So it's Tara, Tara space Cherie, CHERIE. Or you can send us an email, and I'm more than happy to respond to Tara Cherie Consulting at gmail.com. So that's Tara Cherie, all one word, consulting. So Tara Cherie Consulting, all one word, at gmail.com. It's been a real pleasure to connect with you. I hope that this has helped a few of you to be able to designate your time accordingly. Again, just to recap, sleep, vitamins, exercise, prioritize your cooking time, write down a list, make it clear, write your recipes down. Don't buy anything additional that's not in that store. See what you can cook in the least amount of time possible. Delegate and allocate where you can. Have a great time. Enjoy doing it. It's not meant to be a chore. It can absolutely be a fun activity that frees your time so you can move your time into doing other things that you want to do. Family time, quality time. If there's some things that you need to do around the house, some work that you need to get done, you now have the freedom to be able to do so. It's been a pleasure in connecting with you. I hope that you enjoy a great rest of your week. God bless you. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.